Hey guys, what is going on? This is BK Productions. Today I'm going to be bringing you a video on my survival hunter guide for PvP. So first off, we're going to go ahead and look at our talents and just our primary. I'm also going to point out that your primary stat is agility. Now for the 15 tier, I decided to go with Alpha Predator. Basically because it gives me 2 charges of kill command and it increases the damage by 30%, because I'm pretty much basing my entire build around kill command and Raptor Strike. Now for the 30 tier, I decided to go with the tactics, and I chose this because it gives me 2 charges of Wildfire Bomb, and initial explosive damage is 100% increased damage, which it's going to deal about 6,000 damage whenever it hits. Now for my 45 tier, this depends on the group I'm going with. I'll normally run Natural Mending if I'm running with 2 DPS, mainly because I can get that extra healing up. Now if I'm running with a healer or another stealth, I'll run Camouflage for that initial open damage. Now, for the 60 tier, I decided to go with the Murder of Crows, because it deals 19,000 physical damage over 15 seconds. That's a huge amount of damage, especially in this expansion right now. Steel Trap, it might be viable. I personally wouldn't use it, but we're going to go on to our 75 tier. I decided to choose Post Haste for the extra mobility. Binding Shot is no longer a stun, it is now a root, so it's not that great, but it can still be viable in certain situations. Now for my 90 tier, I decided to go with Tip of the Spear instead of Mongoose Bite on this tier because, like I said, I'm going for the Raptor Strike and Kill Command combo, and this will increase the damage of my next Raptor Strike by 20%, stacking up at 3 times. That will make it 60% extra damage. And with the 2 kill commands, that gives me 40%, and if it procs, I can get the 60% really quickly. Flicking Strike is no longer as good as what it used to be, and Mongoose Bite is actually still very viable. It works pretty much the same way. It's just I prefer the Raptor Strike. Now, for my 100 tier, there are 2 choices in this. I decided to go with the little chakras, and that's because it deals double damage and your primary target takes a 100 increased damage. Now, this is actually really good for your AoE, so if you're in PvE, this would also be a really good choice. But most people are probably going to be running the Wildfire Infusion. That's because it gives you 3 extra bombs, and they're actually really nice. It's just I prefer that initial damage right at the beginning. Now for your pet, you're going to want to run a Cunning pet for this expansion, mainly for the pathfinding. It gives you extra mobility and Master's Call. It removes all roots and movement impurities effects from itself and the friendly target, and grants you immunity to such effects for 4 seconds. That's going to be huge for 2s and 3s. Now to go ahead and look at my gear, I'm actually using a staff right now. I would recommend a polearm or whatever you can get your hands on, but I'm currently at 307, and your main ability or your main stat, like I said, is going to be agility. It increases the magnitude of your attacks and abilities. I would also suggest going with haste and versatility. Granted, my mastery and crit strike are higher, but that's because I have not been gearing properly yet. Once the season starts, I will start focusing on the haste and versatility. Versatility increases your damage and healing done, and that's huge, especially for this. It's such a bursty class, and the haste is just going to allow you to get all these off as soon as possible. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to port to Orgrimmar, and I'm going to show you we're going to go to the Summer's Rest, and I'll actually show you all the rotation that I use. Now, like I said, this class is very bursty, so you're not gonna, the longer fights, you wanna, I would recommend, like normal, like any other class, your burst, the initial damage that you do at the beginning of a fight is gonna be huge. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and hit one of these. Okay, so what I would recommend is opening with your harpoon. Obviously, this is gonna root them for 3 seconds, and this is gonna pull you right to them. You're gonna harpoon, and then I'll serpent sting, kill command, wildfire bomb, chakras, and then you're going to try to get that 3 stack up, and then you're going to raptor strike, but don't forget to pop your coordinated assault after you harpoon. So we'll harpoon, coordinated strike, serpent sting, kill command, chakras, wildfire bomb, kill command, and then you're just gonna repeat the process. Basically, keep your dots up. Now, if you don't, or if you're not able to get all these kill commands off, you can go ahead and use your raptor strike early. It's just gonna deal less damage, but I would prefer getting up to at least 2 stacks before you use your raptor strike. You notice how I'm dealing 11,000 crit. Now, something also cool about the survival hunters is, let's say your target's getting away, you can pop Aspect of the Eagle, which is changed and now allows your raptor strike to shoot birds off. So let's go ahead and get this up and pop that. And then you're basically playing a ranged class now, okay? And you also got your Aspect of the Cheetah to catch up, your disengage with post haste to increase your mobility and catch up. But we're also gonna go ahead and look at my PvP talents really quick. We're gonna go ahead and put him on passive, so we'll run over here. So for my PvP talents, right now we're running Gladiator's Medallion. It gets you out of stuns, roots, everything. So I would recommend using that. Now these will change depending on what you're playing against. I have Dragon Scale Armor. This is going to reduce your magical damage over time effects on you by 20%. I'm using Mending Bandage. It instantly clears all bleeds, poison, and diseases from the target, and heals for 30% damage over 6 seconds. So, say we're getting low, we can pop Turtle and then pop this. And I obviously don't have damage on, but it actually heals for quite a bit. I'm also using Tracker's Net. This hurls a net at your enemy, eroding them for 6 seconds. While within that net, the target's chance to hit is reduced by 80%. Any damage will break the net. So basically, let's say we got a mage or even a healer or something. We can Tracker's Net on them and then focus on their DPS over here. And we also got Wing Clip. Mains the target, reducing the movement speed by 50% for 15 seconds. If you're playing against a monk or something, I would recommend using that immediately. Gets their mobility down, way down. So, thank you all for watching. If you all enjoyed, please hit that subscribe button. I'll be making more PvP videos on this class. I hope you all enjoyed. Subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.